Well, I did want to ask you some stuff about Raw. Kevin, I watched Raw. Did you watch Raw?
I watched Raw.
So, some stuff to unpack here. Now, Raw came on the heels of Night of Champions, of
Right.
course, which you watched as well, right?
Some of it.
Okay. So,
I
what
definitely
was
watched the main event of Night of Champions.
right? What was absent for me was any thoroughfare from Night of Champions into what I would have expected to see on the Raw a couple of nights later. Did you feel similarly? Or did you feel that it
How can you say that when Rollins and his crew and Paul Heyman are on the show 16 times, both?
yeah, they are both on the show 16
I mean,
times.
I couldn't see any correlation or any fucking lines that went through both shows. I think I'd lost count of how many times young Steiner fucking took a bump for somebody fucking half his size.
What are, what about LA Knight with
If you're
up in the
gonna sneak,
stands
first
with
off, if you're
Seth
gonna
now
sneak
cuz
into the building, can you please not wear that fucking color brown vest?
you weren't wearing that today when you went to the gym.
Jesus Christ! Like, what is that? Cordova? It's not even brown. It's like it's Corinthian leather.
A burnt umber perhaps. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. He
You know,
just
mhm.
with those welding glasses and he goes with the brown. He just I guess he figures well everybody goes black, so I'll go brown. I don't know.
Did you think though in that segment that for the brawl up in the like the concourse area, I felt that
He's snug.
I felt they were fighting is exactly what I
He's
was going
he
to
I
say to you.
no, he's snug.
There was no leading and no
And
like
I
and I
also
heard the pops.
I also if he doesn't get like if he doesn't get a shot pretty soon at being in the like he's got to attach himself to Rollins because they're definitely going with Rollins and once he gets on Rollins, it ain't going nowhere. Watch how much better his bodyguards get once he gets the belt. They'll both turn into little John Wicks.
Hmm. Right. Because you have a little bit of a franchise there, right? Like
Well,
the
you've got to now the Heat is protecting the belt,
right.
and those guys will get heat by proxy of making sure he continually gets his ass beat but climbs out with the belt,
Right.
and
You know,
then
you
goes
meant
then
mhm.
comes out and says that he's the best, and he proved it again last week.
Right. You mentioned heat, Kevin, and down here in the although I'm saying down here in the heat in Florida, but it was hotter in Jersey. I think it was like 81 when I got up here today.
Yeah, no, it's not that
The booking on the Money in the Bank cash in. Were you good with it? In Cena and Punk's match, which I also thought was a pretty good match.
I I think what happens is if you don't occasionally like show the grenade, you forget that the grenade's in play.
Mm,
So I think that was the thing. Like because I think until you see how sometimes you forget you think it's got to be the guy's pinned like you forget that it's like no fuck it, we're going to do this like right now and I think that's because I had become complacent to the fact that because number one, Paul carries it, and then when Bronson and I, one's Bronson, but the other one's his name is Bronson, so
right. There's a lot of Bronze and Bronsons. Yeah.
Braun and Bronson, when they went down for the tag match, Paul came down to the ring and he was carrying the Money in the Bank
Yes.
briefcase, but Rollins wasn't there. So it becomes, you know, becomes this, green thing that just kind of, you know,
It's just there.
yeah,
Like the
unless you,
Adrian Adonis briefcase.
yeah,
Relax with Trudy.
unless you, put it in play, and they put it in play, and so